reading the mail. Bye, bye.
Hello, 144, Tom Kevin Hall, man. Hello, 144, Tom Kevin Hall, down, back. Guards, police, around your place. Hey, Nancy, charge up here.
Hey, 281, it's rough, man. Hey, take care, man. It's rough. Big balls on the 766, Yakima 144, bye.
I'll tell you what, I believe I hear 766 working a Yakima up in my radio. I believe I hear 766 out there working a Yakima up around my radio, Motormouth Mall. Hey, 766, what are you doing in my radio break?
Man, I got Motormouth Mall on my radio, man. I guarantee it. I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all take care around the Bayou Country. Mr. 144 and the Keystone. Bye.
Oh, that's 144 working a 766 Yakima. That's 144 in the Keystone over there working a 766 Yakima, and he sounds just like 766. Hey, 144, you sound like 766. Well, you work at that big old Yakima. I know that about that. You almost sounded just like him to break. Hey, 144, you sound just like 766. Hey, 144. Hey, 144 in the Keystone. You sound just like 766. Hello to you, 144 in the Keystone. If you got a sloppy copy, Motormouth Mall working this thing. I got down breaker.
He's smoking, man. I guarantee it. Hey, 2105. Reject, I said hello. And Lady Reject, I said hello also. Take care, 2105 in the hog yard. 144, 766.
He talks just like him, too. It's a 144 talking just like 766 and sounds like 766. What a trip. Motormouth Mall cruising. They got down break.
You're smoking in the Keystone Mountains. I guarantee the Poconos. Hey, 2105, take care. 144, I'm stepping to the side. Bye.
You took a mail by any chance, Captain? Hey, audio driver, by any chance, are you reading on the mail? Let them boys know, Jack. Audio driver, John Shines, and New York are agents.
I'm reading the mail. Hey, Wicked Willie, I'm 10-6 and reading the mail. Take care, Wicked Willie in the mail. Take care. Hey, Wicked Willie, 144 in the Stone got down.
Hey, 144. Hey, 144. I know you got Wicked Willie on your mind, but I'm going to say hello to you one time. Hey, 144, if you got a sloppy copy, well, Motormouth Mall going to get up in your ears one more time. I got down break.
Yeah, I'm reading the mail. Y'all call somebody else, man. I hear you coming. I guarantee. I'm going to get out here. Take care of the Greg Big Man on the 766 radio. Oh, 144, say where to go.
144, I guess you got your mind made up down somewhere else. So I'm going to get back on the side. Say 73s, you have a good day out there, 144. Well, you sound just like 766. And you talking on the 7666 built radio. Motormouth Mall, stepping ahead, get down, break a bigger. Yeah, 10-4 wannabe, you said to break.
Motormouth Mall, America Most Wanted, Delaware State. What does he sound with a little bit of weight on him? Hello, Motormouth Mall, Most Wanted, Delaware State. How he sound with a weight on him?
Hey, Most Wanted. He doesn't sound too good when you do it like that. I heard a whole bunch of Most Wanted roll up in my radio. I guarantee tell you. Hey, Most Wanted, you smoking up in here, ain't no doubt about it. Hello to you, Most Wanted, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Got down right there, breaker.
2023, wave to you, big brother. If I didn't get a chance to put it on you, no doubt from you and yours to mine on that couch jumping in to the family, no doubt. Motormouth Mall, they call me the America Most Wanted. selling all Dave-made equipment. Motor Mouth Mall, me and this Dave-made DX Beam put together. Show up. Catch you later. Motor Mouth Mall, most wanted at Ultra Radio.
You working that Dave-made equipment real good for you. Hey, most wanted. You making that Dave-made work equipment work real good for you. Ain't no doubt about that. Hello, most wanted. Motor Mouth Mall waving. Try to roll up around your station one time in the world of sound. Say good afternoon time to you. Most wanted. Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast dropping a hammer from time to time in the world of sound. Hello, most wanted radio station. Motor Mouth Mall stepping. I got all the way down. Break up.
West side, I'm reading the mail. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, take care. 144 in the store.
Hey, 144, I hear you out there on the Dave-made transmitter. Hey, 144, you sound just like, Dave-made, 766 transmitter. Hey, 144, you sound just like 766. You talk like them and you sound like them. They're Break. Good job, Break up.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, don't forget about Clark.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, the 766. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall. Take care, Motor Mouth Mall.
Hey, sounds like a 7666 transmitter. Sounds like a 766 Yakima out there while you doing your job in fine style. I can't do it like you do it. Hey, I can't do it like you do it, but I'll let you know you're making the trip with that 7666 transmitter. Ain't no doubt about that. You got that thing smoking. 144. You sound just like 7'6" there, mate.
Don't forget about Cornbridge.
Mall on the west side, 144 in the stone.
Hello,
144 in the store, and you got them all down there, Break. Cornbread Jet, I heard you roll up in there too, I did. Hey, Cornbread Jet, well, I got you roll up in my radio as well. Cornbread Jet, Motor Mouth Mall waving. What's going on over there? Cornbread Jet, Motor Mouth Mall stepping once again.
Motor Mouth Mall, I'm just out here flexing this daggone Dave-made muscle on this homemade inside, no doubt about it. Put it on you later, Motor Mouth Mall, and let the band roll on. Cornbread Jet.
Well, there sure is a lot of Dave-made activity going on out there. I got Dave-made from Cornbread, and I got you flexing that big old Dave-made muscle over there, and then most wanted out there on a Dave-made big old hammer. Ain't no doubt about that. And then I got 144 over there on that 766 transmitter. So I got you all up in here in the world of sound. Radio station, Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast beast, dropping a hammer from time to time. Hope you all having a good day out there in the world of sound. Radio station, Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast. Working this thing, doing a test, 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 right there. I'm back on the side. Motor Mouth Mall stepping. Bye, bye-bye. Bye. Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast. Got down.
That's one thing I can't lie about, Kempin. I got a rolling jukebox. I sure will want to see. Now, yeah. Duty, good morning, turn. Oh, 007, where we got down.
007, while you're working at Suburban in fine style, it's working for you. Hey, 007, while you're working the Suburban out there, sounds real good. 007, Motor Mouth Mall, stepping break.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, your conditions in the Keystone, man. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, looking right dead at you, man. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, take care.
You said my conditions in the Keystone. Hey, 144, you said my conditions are in the Keystone. Hey, 144, well, your conditions are right here, right now, too. Bring it back, break.
All right, hey, Mo, I mean the mail. Hey, Motor Mouth.
Well, you're reading the mail out there. You're sounding real good. Hey, 144, I got you in one ear. I got you in one ear, and I got, I got you in one ear, and I got, what's his name? Cornbread Jed in the other ear of the break.
Hey, Motor Mouth, I'm reading the mail. Tell them boys I'm reading the mail. Take it. 144, bye.
144. I mean, while you work at the 766 transmitter, check this out one time.
Hey, Motor Mouth, I'm reading the mail. Tell them boys I'm reading the mail. Take it. 144, bye.
Hey, 144, can you say something about the cat house for me? Hey, 144, can you do me a big old favor and tell me something about the cat house to break? You working that big modulation, it's working for you too. Hey, 144, while you're working that big modulation, I got you all up in here, no pain, no strain. Hey, 144, I'm trying to roll a bit of this bass up around your place to break.
Equipment is out your I'm Tier 7, man. Take care. Minus 8, my boss.
Well, you and that AB1, well, you smoking with that AB1 and a 766 transmitter with the 766 sound. Hello to you, 144, Motormouth Mall got down.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, you fool. Talk to your radio, talk to your radio. Trigger Slim, Trigger Slim.
Bartender Tricky Slim, you said Motormouth Mall, talk to your radio, talk to your radio. Hey, Motormouth Mall, talk to your radio. Tricky Slim, I heard you up in there. I heard Most Wanted behind you right there. And then I heard 144 out there on the AB1. I got down, break.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, put it on your radio. We just messing around. Hey, Motormouth Mall, Trigger Slim, Trigger Slim. Have yourself a super fine day. Hey, you're sounding real fine as always. Hey, Motormouth Mall, Trigger Slim, bounce out of Pig Pen. Get on down.
Bartender Tricky Slim, well, I'll tell you what, you're sounding real good over here too. Check this out, I got a playback for you. There you go, while you're doing your thing in fine style. Tricky Slim, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast, dropping a hammer from time to time. I got down, breaker, breaker.
I'm 10-7, I won't be back.
Cornbread Jed, you said you're going to go 10-7 and you won't be back? Hey, Cornbread Jed, I heard you roll up in there that time around too. Motormouth Mall, working my way around the east side from the northeast corner over to the Razorback and all around the Big Bam and everywhere, I guess. Hey, good to see you up in there one more time again. Cornbread Jed, Motormouth Mall, cruising, they got down, break.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, what about Dr. Bones in Mississippi? Hey, Motormouth Mall, what about Dr. Bones in Mississippi? Hey, Motormouth Mall, Dr. Bones in Mississippi, warming up. Motormouth Mall, Dr. Bones got down.
Hey, Dr. Bones, are you out there warming up in Mississippi? You sound real good over here. You warming that thing up in fine style. Hello to you, Dr. Bones. Good to hear you up in there. A pleasure with the double measure. Dr. Bones, Motormouth Mall, cruising this thing. I got down, breaker. Big old 2023 wave. Hey, Dr. Bones, big old 2023 wave to you as well out there while you're doing your thing in fine style. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hey, Dr. Bones, Motormouth Mall, cruising. I just got down. 410 there, Dr. Bones. Hey, it's really getting rough and tough up in there. I've got a few other stations out there rolling up in there in the world of sound, but I'm going to say hello one more time again. I did hear you up in there. Hey, Dr. Bones, Motor Mouth Mall, cruising one fat watt at a time. We got down, breaking. Appreciate the flowers. Hey, Dr. Bones, just I got down in fine style, and I heard y'all wall-to-wall, well, not wall-to-wall and treetop tall, but I heard you up in there real good. Hello to you one more time. Take care, 7-3s. Dr. Bones, Motor Mouth Mall, stepping one fat watt at a time. I got down, breaker. I heard you up in there too. 1969, what's going on over there on your neck of the woods? And hello, Sandman, and I heard you up in there too around the Great Lakes. Motor Mouth Mall, cruising, they got down, break.
Woody Woodpecker came back up in there too. Woody Woodpecker, I guess you took care of your business, man. You had to go take care of some business.
1969, you up in there real good, ain't no doubt about that. You smoking. In 1969, I don't know what you're doing over there, but you're doing it right. Motor Mouth Mall, cruising, breaker. Florida, I heard you up in there too. Hey, 21 around Miami, Florida. I did hear you roll up in there as well. Motor Mouth Mall, cruising, break. You broke down on the pile. You smoking. Ain't no doubt about that. 821. Well, you got that mall down out there. Take care. Have a good day around Miami, Florida. Motor Mouth Mall stepping right there, break.
Get your antenna up down my way. Credit card won't know you get your antenna up that way.
Hey, I'm sure he got his antenna up. He's talking. Hey, credit card. I'm sure he got his antenna up. He's talking there, break. Credit card. He said he had it at about 12 feet above the house, and somebody was going to come by and help him put him up about 30 feet above the house. So he should be doing some real talking out there when he gets that done. Ain't no doubt about that. Well, I'm going to sit back and wait and see what's going down in the world of sound. In the meantime, in between times, I'm going to say 7-3s to you. Good to hear you up in there. Credit card. You got them all down. And tell Dynamite White I said hello. Good day to him too. And a big old happy Tuesday. Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast under-modulated beast, dropping a hammer from time to time. I got down. Breaker.
Sit around and wait for him to get it up, are we? Hey, John, we're not going to sit around and wait for him to get it up, are we? I feel like an old hooker.
Yeah, Hambone. Yeah, we don't want to wait too doggone long. I don't know how much of patience we have. Ain't no doubt about it. Hello to you, Hambone. Hambone with the microphone. Motor Mouth Mall, cruising one fat watt at a time. I got all the way down. Breaker.
Yeah, just kicking back. Just turned it on and warming things up. I was waiting for you to establish a QSO with somebody, but you just going from person to person. I guess nobody can hold a QSO out there this morning yet. Mother Nature must be dancing, romancing, whatever. Morning time to you, top of the day, John. You know who it is, kicking back in the shack.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's just hard to find somebody somebody who can roll a big radio up in here. That's all, you know. That Mother Nature might be dancing and romancing and she's dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping, but, you know, when you put it up in here like that, put a big old radio up in here where I can get it just like that, then it's a whole different ball of wax. Hey, you make it easy right there, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, while you're working that big old Yakima, motormouthmall.down.
Well, should I just sit in here and keep on talking until somebody puts it in my Oh, it's a dreary day. The tires came from my truck yesterday. I got to get out there and mount them. So I'm kind of procrastinating a little bit. It's cloudy and cold, but I am a little excited to get the new Goodyears on the truck, though. It'd be nice to be able to drive wherever I want and not worry about it. It had some older Goodyears on it that were all cracked up from sitting. They had real good tread, so I was determined to get the last little bit of use out of them. Oh, that's what I'm up to today, John. Mountain tires.
10-4, well, I'll tell you what, I had on my 70 Chevy, you know, I didn't have it running for a long time. I have procrastinated for a long time on putting the engine in it, so I finally got around to doing that. And it had been sitting since 2014, somewhere around there. So anyway, that's the last time I drove it. And the tires were kind of cracked when I drove it last, you know. And then it was sitting all that time. And anyway, one of them kind of went flat. And it sat there and it got cracked real bad. So all the sidewalls were all cracked. It had real good tread left all the way around, you know, good tread. But the damn sidewalls were all cracked up. So anyway, I had to take those off, and I put a brand new set of tires on it now, so it's safe, and I can drive it comfortably everywhere and not worry about anything. So I know what you're talking about. Well, you better go get busy. It ain't gonna mount themselves. I never seen the tire mount itself to break. Hey, Hambone, you got that Yakima. I gotta call it a Yakima because it's a mall and it's a talking. It's a Yakima. Hey, you got that thing down in fine fashion. Hello to you one more time, Hambone with the microphone. Motormouth Mall, you West Coast beast, looking east.
Yep, no more cracked up tires for me. This is a little, it's a 2010 Ranger. I got it from a customer. I pulled up there to do a job, and it was sitting behind the garage wadded up. Some kids had stole a car, and the cops were chasing them, and this guy was sitting at a light in this little extended cab Ranger, and these kids in the stolen car ran right up in the back of the truck, wadded the bed up, and pushed it into the car in front of him, and messed up the front end. So, since they didn't have a license or insurance or anything, and he didn't want to claim it on his insurance, he just drug it home. So it had a clean tire. Anyway, I traded him the work for the truck, and it only had 30,000 miles on it. So I drug the truck up to the go-kart track. I used to run a go-kart track. And I used it up there to haul the trash around and pack the track and let kids learn how to drive a stick. And then gas prices went up, so I put a flatbed on it and put all the front end parts on it and drive it. Nice little truck. Still smells like new inside. But the tires were cracked up. So she's getting brand new rubber today. Hello, John. We don't want no damn truck with no cracked up tires. I come home the other day and I could hear the back tire hissing before I opened the door. I said, yep, time to order the tires. I just get them on eBay now and they get delivered to the door here a couple days later, and then I either put them on myself or take them to a friend's garage and help him do it real quick. But no big deal. Nothing like having brand new tires.
You got a balancer over there too, or do you static balance them, or do you have one of the old-fashioned? Remember the old balancers? They you jack up the car and put the roller up underneath it and spin it up real good, and you do they had that for balancing way back when. But anyway, you have a balancer there, right?
Well, there and have to balance them for me. So, yeah, if they don't roll smooth, I'll run down to have them balanced. Or what I was thinking I could do is I just figure out which one's broken, which one's out of balance. You know, I mean, they're just from the mold, from being made. And you can usually even take the weights off. My big trucks, sometimes I'll pull the weights off after so many miles because the tires wore. And in go-karts, you know, you can machine the tire. So what I'm thinking, I got a spot here right by my house where there's a little valley there, everybody stops and does burnouts. So I'm thinking I'll just, I can rotate them to the right rear and just do burnouts until they're all smooth. What do you think?
Well, that's a good. That never thought about that never crossed my mind to do it like that. But that's a great way to do it. Yeah, heck yeah, just one at a time, have some fun, and get them round. Hey, that'll work. Hey, Hambone, that is pretty funny. I like that. That's a good way of doing it. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising. You know, I had a truck a long time ago. I had a 63 Chevy. Four-wheel drive with 36-inch big old, gumbo mutter, whatever, the bias ply gumbo mutters, and doggone, let it sit for a while. Let it sit for like a month or two and just not move it, and you go in and go try to drive it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Man, you had to get a kidney belt just to go down the road for the first 15 or 20 minutes to brake.
Yeah, they get flat spots from sitting, so what you do is you park them on the ground where it's soft. Don't park them on the concrete when you got them you probably talking about them old 36-inch monster mutters. They did say gumbo on the side somewhere. Gumbo monster mutters. I remember them tires. Boy, that was an ugly truck. That is my least favorite body style for Chevrolets ever. The 60s. Probably because we had a bunch of them when I was a kid, and back then they were, $20, $30 trucks, and I just thought they were ugly. I like the newer ones and the older ones a lot better. Yeah, I got another. My utility truck, the oil pressure dropped to nothing, so I bought another truck.
I like the older Chevys. I like the older, I like the 68 to 72s. I mean, I have a 70 and I love it. That was a good year, 68 to 72. I don't like I like some of the square bodies. I guess so some of the square bodies are good. And the newer 76, 78, whatever, up around in there. They're kind of cool. But I like the older ones too. But I don't like step sides unless they're the old bubble truck. I don't like a step side on a newer truck because you got this big bulbous squared off whatever large front end, and then you got the step side bed. It looks like something's out of proportion. But when you get the old little bubble trucks, the older ones that have the fenders on the front and the nice tapered hood and all that, and then you got a step side. Now that looks cool. That looks cool, So it's all a matter of proportion for me, but that's the way I roll the brake.
Street rod 55 Chevy truck.
Roger. Hey, now you mentioned those trucks back in the 60s were $30 trucks. Now wait a second. Now how old are you, man? I don't. I guess I don't remember anything back in the 60s. See, I didn't start driving until 1982. So I don't really. I was 18, whatever, 17 thereabouts, whatever. When I got my permit, I was driving before that, but not legally. But I was born in '65, so I don't remember all the things in the '60s. Were they really $30 trucks in the '60s, right?
No, that was more like in the '70s. The '60s trucks in the '70s. See, the reason I don't like them, we must be about the same age. But the '70s, see, we cut firewood. We heated the house with wood. So we had them old ugly 60s, 65, 66, 63 Chevy, 3/4 ton, straight six, 4 on the floor, granny low, 10-ply tires. We put chains on them and go down and cut wood, throw them up in wood. So that's probably why I don't like them, because we used them for cutting firewood. I would have rather been doing a lot of other things than cutting and splitting and stacking and hauling firewood when I was in my early teens. But yeah, I remember selling them old trucks for $35, $50 just to get rid of them. front end. Those damn hood hinges, the top of the fenders would hold dirt, which would hold moisture, so the hood hinges would rust out on them. Yeah, I don't like to stick those 60s.
Yeah, 10-4, I got you. I hear that, I do. I tell you what, yeah, they're kind of plain Jane trucks, and, nothing whoop-de-doo about them, and I could certainly see where you associate that with cutting wood as a kid. I remember, I had my share of cutting wood, but I didn't do it regularly because we didn't really keep our house warm with wood. We had natural gas and forced air heating and all that stuff, but we had a fireplace, and we'd go out there occasionally to a place called Primrose Pit, and we would cut eucalyptus. And I tell you what, I had my share of cutting eucalyptus for a couple summers, and holy cow, talk about work. But I ain't afraid of work. I just don't like to do it a whole lot of it, anymore. Now I pay somebody to do it. But hello to you one more time. I can totally get the dislike for those trucks after that association. Ain't no doubt about that. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, waving and stepping one time. Well, you got that mall down in the world of sound, and I'm glad you could lock horns with this big old beam because you got up in here in fine fashion, and you're still up in here, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising and working on this cup of coffee. I got here a big old 24-ounce cup of Colombian roast, and I put a scoop of Starbucks Dark in there. And, Starbucks, I added a scoop of Starbucks Instant Dark in along with this, Colombian medium roast. And so anyway, it's really good cup, big old cup of coffee, and I'm almost done with it. So anyway, appreciate you keeping me some company out here while we're working on this coffee. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising. By the way, you talk about hinges coming off a car. I had an old piece of junk Mustang I bought. I hate 67 and 68 Mustangs. I like 64 and a half, 65, 66, and fastbacks. They're cool, and the 69 and 70 Mach 1s. But I bought for $100. I bought a 67 Mustang, and I took it in the canyon, and I beat the living daylights out of that thing. And one day I was going down this long road, and the hood come up, and I was driving down this long hill. This is called Loch Odessa. I was cruising down this long hill, and the hood come up, and I was driving, looking underneath the hood, and I'm going, oh, that's cool. The hood is floating. And another second or two after that, the whole damn hood come up and whack, and it right over the windshield, and the hood folded over the top of the car, and I pulled over and pulled the hood off threw it on the side of the road and kept on going. Anyway, oh my God. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruise. Damn, did I stay keyed down for 3 minutes? Hambone, I must have stayed keyed down for 3 minutes because my radio unkeyed it after 3 minutes. Hambone, anyway, that was funny. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. I got down. Breaker.
I put the whole drivetrain. Anyway, had the wife with me, and we were headed out to my hometown, visit some friends, and I stood on it going down the highway, and we were doing about 130 mile an hour, and she said, your hood's going to come off, your hood's going to come off. I looked at her and said, you're crazy. Fiberglass hood on the Camaro, so the base piece with the latch and the hinges stayed on the car, but just the shell from the top had come unglued or ripped off. And boy, when it came off, it went like straight up in the air. Shoof! Took off like it'd been blown off with an ejector seat or something. So I let off the gas and I hit the brakes and I spun the car around and I looked up and the hood was so high up in the air you could hardly see it. And then it came down like a big piece of cardboard, back and forth and back. And so I was headed back to where it had come off, watching it through the T-tops, the roof. And then it landed on the ground right about the time I got to it. So we put it on the roof, and she held one side, I held the other. We went to a friend's house that raced stock cars. So I took some stock car rivets, and I riveted the top of the hood back to the frame.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Good times, good memories. Ain't no doubt about that. Well, I'm glad you were able to get around there and catch that hood when it came down and hang on to it and rivet it back onto the car. But oh wow, what a trip! Yeah, I had a hardwood hood on the Chevelle, and it was all one piece, and it would never come apart. But I like that fiberglass hood on the Chevelle. That was cool. That was the only car I ever had that had a fiberglass hood. Everything else I ever had all had the metal factory stock hoods. But anyway, hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising. They got last key I was a little bit long-winded. I didn't realize that the doggone thing got timed out on me after 3 minutes. When I unkeyed there before you key back up, the doggone thing done timed out. So I guess I was a little bit too long-winded. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising. This is too damn easy to break.
Key. Is that all? Man, if you can only key up for 3 minutes at a time, you ain't got no imagination or you ain't got shit to talk about. Yeah, I ended up putting the steel on.
What up, my brother? What's up, Keystone Road?
And whenever it started raining, you see the psychedelic oil on top of the road. With a fiberglass hood was so light, when I came in the corner, the front end would slide, and I'd go through the ditch and up through this empty lot. So which was about 100 pounds. Quit doing that. It actually made the front end bite a little better and got better traction on the front when it was wet out. So the steel hood actually helped eventually. 3 minutes. Yeah, it was right at the end. I think you were done talking and it just cut off on you. But you got a 3-minute timer on there that shuts her down. Once it start getting warm, or that's just where you like to be? You need a reminder? You don't want to forget you're on the radio, or what?
No, it's a President Richard, and there's no place in the software in the menu where you can change that. It's built into the radio. It's the only thing I don't like about the radio. It's a President Richard radio, and it's got a built-in timer, so it's in software. It's in the microcontroller, so I need to, one of these days, it's not been a real big ordeal, but usually if I see that it's coming up, I'll say, hey, well, let me unkey and key up again real fast. But I wasn't looking at the timer. I got a timer that I'm looking at right now. It says 37 seconds counting, but I don't always look at the timer on the console. So I keep the key down sometime a little bit too long. But yeah, I don't like having a timer on there. I'll tell you what, that's the only drawback to the radio. Otherwise, where's the talking little radio, man? Anyone who downgrades is President Richards? Oh, well, they can send with the ones if they don't like them, they can send them to me. I'll hang on to it. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. Is built into the doggone transmit side of this thing. And there's no way around it yet. But I'm sure there is. I mean, I think of my friend Dave, if I told him that I wanted to get rid of it, he could probably figure it out. But, I don't want to bother him with something so minuscule and small and meaningless when I can just watch the timer and make sure I unkey the doggone thing before I get to that 3-minute mark and then just key back up again. But yeah, what are you going to do with 3 minutes? I mean, shoot, that ain't long-winded. The doggone transmitter will stay keyed up indefinitely, so I don't know why there's a 3-minute timer on there, except I guess they want to make sure someone doesn't fall asleep at the microphone they're breaking. Hey, Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising this thing I got down, breaker.
Now, does that have the little port for the patch cord? I see, the 955s, the 655s, the 94s. A lot of the new radios, you can put a little patch cord, programming cable, they call it. And then you can download an app and hook it to the PC. And I don't know, I've never got anybody to answer what you can change if you do all that. But most of those radios, I've seen those Richards. I looked at one. They are decent little radio, and I bought a 94, a little Striker 94, and I like it so far. But I'm not real fond of I got a 655 Striker, and it was working fine, and I liked the way it drove the amplifiers, and it had good audio, but I went to turn it on, and it just didn't boot up. Nothing. So it's kind of sad, the money some people spend on those radios, and then you go to turn it on one day and it just don't work anymore. Like Jack told me, those radios are designed to fail, and you can't work on them. So, but that's good. It took a shit, and now it encouraged me to get the old Yakima hooked back up. So I got some really good audio and receive. And this thing really drives the amps good. Piss on that Stryker. Designed to fail, that's what I call them. But nobody's ever answered my question about what that programming cable, what capabilities you have if you buy that and download the app and hook it to your computer. Seems like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got that nailed right on the head. I don't really know what the programming port does, what you can and can't do with it. I've never gotten that deep into it. I know a friend of mine who can answer that, who cracked all the software on the SDR, or I should say on the Strykers, on the 955, and the 655. And he made we're going to do a remote control software thing for it, but that hasn't happened yet. We're still, that's on the back burner, but all the code cracking has been done, and having control over the radio entirely from a little mock-up picture of the radio on the screen has already been done. So, but he didn't use that port for that at all. That was all done another way. But the President Richard doesn't have that on there. I don't know if all the presidents they're different than the Strykers, but this one doesn't have that. On this one here, there's a menu. You hold like 2 or 3 buttons and turn the thing on, and it comes up in some sort of a menu. And then you can adjust various parameters of the radio, but none of the parameters are of the timer, and they don't really give you a lot of adjustment over anything at all. So what I do, I just cut the one wire, I cut the one trace, and I put the modulator board on it, and I put my Live Professor audio into the modulator board, and just let the rest do what it does. And I don't even I like the receiver on it. I can hear the receiver on it, but I like the SDR myself because of the display, so I just go ahead and I use the SDR receiver, and then I just use the President Richard for the transmitter, but I feed my own audio into it, and it's just a real simple combination, and they're cheap, and if it ever does burn up on me, I'll just throw it away and buy another one. You don't fix these things. You just throw them away and buy another one to bring. And the good thing is any radio will do what this does. Or for my application, in my studio, I don't care whether it's a 955 or a Richard or a 29 or a 25 or a 148 or a Grant or a Washington it doesn't matter. Any radio, you just cut the one trace and stick the stuff together, and my recipe is, my recipe just works for me. But, I like the Yakima. That thing is working and walking and talking real good, and sorry to hear that that little Galaxy quit working one day. That's just, like you say, designed to fail, I guess. But anyway, when they work pretty good. You listen to the ones that Derail's been making, man. He's been making some pretty good sounding radios out there. Ain't no doubt about that. They sound commanding. So, and those slouches, I got down. There's 3 minutes right there, right?
Yeah, but man, the money guys spend on those things. So this is a Stryker 6, same thing, just without sideband. But, it's not like I even had it in the truck or anything. It's just sitting down here in the basement where it's warm and dry, and, it works fine one day, come down a day later, go to turn it on, and nothing. But it's got like a computer or something that has to boot up when you first turn it on, and then it comes to life, and that's not happening. So, I don't know, there could possibly be some kind of master reset. I can hold some button or a combination of buttons when I power it on or something, but, yeah. I'll have 25 call him and talk to him, ask him about that. Maybe there's a simple solution. Maybe it's time to throw it away. I don't know. But, yeah, those radios they're 2.7 wide. They're almost 3 wide. So they sound better stock. And then I think he gets them about 6 wide. Or maybe even wider than that, but at least 6 wide. So yeah, they sound good. That's because they're, come out as a ham radio. So most CBs are 1.8, so them being 2.7, they're 30% wider, so they're going to sound better. But ain't nothing like a 999 modified radio if you want some good audio. Roger?
Roger, yep, I love the work Jack does on those radios. They all sound good. I ain't never heard one that sounded bad, and nothing like them things. That's for doggone sure. Before you keyed up, I was listening to another Yakima out there, 144 in the Keystone. It's on a 766, or the tech that does 766's radio work, whatever that was, or one of them, the West Coast Yakimas. And it's really funny. That radio sounded just like 766. I mean, his audio sounded like him. The speech pattern sounded like him. I turned my antenna up there to kind of north, and I thought I was going to call for. I did call for 766 because I thought it was him. But I heard that one, but not quite the same audio that comes out of the 999s and the Yaesu radio doctor, the Yaesu doctor. You know, both of them make some good quality stuff, and it looks like you're all on frequency here too. You're not taking up the whole screen, so I like it. It's working real good. Motor mouth mall cruising. I got down breaker.
Well, when they do the mods to these, you really can't turn the mic gain past about 2.5. Just a hair over 2. If you turn it up, you might see your needle swing a little farther, for your watts. It might look like it's, but it's all distortion and garbage. I mean, hell, I ought to do it while you're recording it and just do a little test here. I could, but if you start cranking the mic gain up and cranking the carrier up, you got to run them. You can't play CB and try to max them out and go to fighting, and if you're fighting somebody, just start turning shit up. Everything's out of tune, it's out of rate. You know how that shit goes. You know how CBers are, man. But there's a lot of these. Jack did a lot of these radios. I think I took him a dozen of them to start with years ago, and then he started modding them and buying them and wheeling and dealing, and then, people I know one guy down in Peoria had 3 of his radios, and they went to that other guy, so they got, anyway, the parts are getting intermingled, different people getting the boards from different people, and it's probably a damn mess out there. But I got my 2. I got 2 of the nicest ones he ever built, and I ain't letting them go no damn where. Me and this Yakima getting down.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I got the recorder going. I got the SDR rolling on YouTube if you want to see what happens when you roll that thing up in there and kind of put it in dirty mode. I'd love to see the difference between where it is now and the dirty mode, because it's clean right now and it looks good, and I know that they're a 10.8 perfect radio, that's for sure, until somebody gets too far carried away with the with driving them and running them incorrectly. They're like a Valiant, a Valiant. You got to load it up right, tune it up right, to watch the doggone plate current on the modulators and the whole bit, know where you are. If you don't have a scope, you got to run things within parameters, or it's going to take off and become horrible. You have total control over that. But no one ever badmouths a Valiant. But hey, go ahead and roll that thing up a little bit and let me see what it looks like on this end there, Break.
All right, here's where I run it, just a hair over 2. And then I'll go about 3.5 right there. Hello, radio. We'll get up about 12 o'clock. There's 5. Audio. Hello, testing 1, 2. We get way up and dirty. Audio. That's way up there. Mic getting cranked up. I'm Joe C. Beer, and I want to whoop somebody's ass, and I don't have the station for it, but, I'm going to let my ego get in the way, and...
Yeah, no, keep it back where you had it. It didn't really get any trashier looking, but it got worse sounding as you cranked it up too far. It got kind of raspy and disgusting, and it started sounding more like a clip limit or CB radio when you started cranking it up. So leave it where you got it and let it sound like a great big old transmitter, because that's what it sounds like, and I would just leave it alone. It sounds real good. So, yeah, interesting. I was expecting to see it kind of, I don't know how some of the others do it, but I've seen people that go up there all the way across the dial, all the way down to below channel 1 and up to channel, 25, 28, 27, somewhere up in that range, all the way up and down, and the whole noise floor goes up and down when they talk. But I was expecting that to happen, but it didn't happen. Yours stayed clean, so I don't know. I would just keep it like you had it, let things run the way they're supposed to run. They're breaking.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about splattering everywhere, all around the band. Yeah, you wonder if that's in their amplifier, or, it could be in the radio.
I just want to make sure he was closed. Hey, Dr. Dre, I just want to make sure he was closed.
Adjust it. They don't know how to run it. They'd have no clue how to change the tunes and neutralize them. Even if they had the book, they couldn't read the book 5 times and align the radio, take the bottom cover off and set any settings or... Hey, John, did I just say that?
Yes, you sure did, but you're right, you're absolutely right, not to mention, when you start, for those that start cascading amplifiers into amplifiers into amplifiers and not knowing how to tune them and gain staging and all the proper stuff, you get intermod distortion is additive. It's not additive, it's multiplied. So when you have one amplifier distorted going into another amplifier and saturating that amplifier, and that gets multiplied, not added, and then when you put that whole mess into yet another amplifier, that gets multiplied, not added. So all of that whole noise floor that you see on the whole entire band going up and down as they talk is intermod. That's not some people think that they confuse that with high frequency energy and say the audio chain, sibilance. That just makes the sidebands grow at that particular frequency, but all that stuff that goes way out across the band, that's intermod. And they just don't know what they're doing, I guess. Anyway, it's all good. Hey, I know you know what you're doing, and what you're doing is working real good. I like what I see and what I hear. Hambone, Motormouth Mall, cruising this thing, one fat watt at a time. They got down and break up.
Shit, you get multiple pile, you get a multiplied pile of shit out the other end.
I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, Dr. Dre, Tigers, I'm gonna get out of here.
Shit. I want to turn one box on and run a 100-watt radio into it and just talk shit. I feel like it. Flip the switches.
No, are you, Dr. Dre, Tiger Wood? No, are you, Dr. Dre, Tiger Wood? Tiger Wood.
Truck. So I'm going to go out and get on that, let this stuff cool down. Everything's got good fans on it. I think I'm just fine. Hell, the 3000 is only running at half throttle, pulling an amp and a half, swinging up to about an amp and 3/4, so everything's slow, cruising. Play and let some boys play. 421 Land-A-Ling, old Hambone on the microphone, all alone in the Midwest, getting on down.
410. Hi there, Hambone. Sounds good. Go work on the truck. I'm going to get back on the side. I got some work to do over here on this end as well. So it's been a whole lot of fun. Appreciate the bump down. The coffee cup run dry, so I got to go and get some more coffee. I need a refill on that. And you've been out here, you and I have been locking this thing up here for a little while. Are we on the bowl? Holy cow, Hambone, we're on the bowl. doggone it, we've been out here for 54 minutes yapping on the bowl, and I forgot we were here at the break. All right, take care. Have a good day. Catch you later on. Hambone, Motormouth Mall, stepping by. Bye.
Well, it's the only crystal I got. Hey, John, it's the only crystal I got. Everything's designed, built, and tuned to this frequency, so it's the only frequency I've got. Have a good day. I'm out of the way.
410. All right, sounds good. Catch you later. Have a good day. You said that's the only frequency you got a crystal for, so it's all cut and tuned and running on this frequency, and it's doing a real good job. Take care. 73s. One more time again. Hambone, 421, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast undermodulated beast. Got down.
You can't get much work done talking on the radio.
Yeah, you're right about that. Hard to get much work done talking on the radio. You got that right. I ain't never seen work do itself to break. I've never seen work do itself. My receiver shut off. It does that periodically. My receiver shut down, but you're back up in there again. I never seen work do itself to break. Hey, 101, you say you're going to put a little bit more and see if you have any conditions. And you do have conditions. 101, Motormouth Mall, cruising.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, boy, you been out there, boy, you been the boy, I tell you, man, you done locked down St. Louis, man. Hey, Motormouth Mall, you done locked down St. Louis, ain't no doubt about it. That's a man. Motormouth Mall, 101, in the gateway, reading the mail.
101, yeah, I had no idea how much time had gone by. You know, I looked at the doggone Watergate and was sitting up in there in almost an hour with Hambone talking to him up there, so I didn't even realize Mother Nature was sticking and staying. I certainly didn't realize we were on the bowl because there was no competition. Hey, it was 101, Motormouth Mall, looking up around the Gateway City. I got down right there, breaker.
I don't even know if I'm looking the right way or not, but, morning, Motormouth Mall, High Stepper with that wave.
Hey, High Stepper, you're looking the right way. You're all up in here. Good morning, 101. Have a great day out there. Enjoy it to its absolute fullest. And, High Stepper, yeah, you're looking the right direction as well. You got that mall down in the World No Sound. High Stepper, Motormouth Mall, got down. Right. Oh, by the way, I got a playback here. Check this out one time. High Stepper, while you're stepping up in here in fine style, Motormouth Mall, waving, breaker.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I had to sneak in there and say good morning to you. It wouldn't be a good day without it. Motormouth Mall, your friend High Stepper, saying good day.
And a big good day, wave right back there to you. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time to look around the West Coast. Hey, High Stepper, have a great day and enjoy to its absolute fullest. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Got down.
That'll sure make your day.
410, take care, 7-3s, and High Stepper, have a good one, and the 101, you're going to back that thing down. Let me just play that back one time. Go, 101, take care. Hey, High Stepper, take care. Motormouth Mall stepping, and I got all the way down. Roger, right on, 4,300 around St. Louis. You got that mall down too. Good to hear see you up in there. Pleasure with the double measure. A 4300 Motormouth Mall. Looking your way there, Brady.
Appreciate you bumping it down to Wade 41. Hey, Motormouth Mall, found at Bodacious, around St. Louis Mall, 4300 Wade, got down.
Well, that's what you're doing over here, too. You sound a Bodacious as well. A 4300. Check this out one time. Watch this.
Appreciate you bumping it down to Wade 41. Hey, Motormouth Mall, found at Bodacious, around St. Louis Mall, 4300 Wade, got down.
There you go, 4300, but you sound a Bodacious over here, too. Motormouth Mall, walking and talking. I got down. Red Devil, you got it going on there too. Good to see you up in there as well. Red Devil, Motormouth Mall, while you walking and talking too in fine style. Motormouth Mall, looking and waving, break.
Don't stay too long. Hey, Motormouth Mall, tell old Red Devil, don't stay too duck looking long. Motormouth Mall, 4300 way, got down.
Hey, 4300, you said tell Red Devil don't stay too long. Hey, 4300, you put that mall down there, break.
Ain't no doubt. Everybody thinks on the low budget week station. Hey, Motormouth, you have a good one. Tell 4300 I said right back, and I'm back out.
410 or 4300, 410 Red Devil, you said everybody picks on the low budget station, and you said to say hello to 4300, and you're back out. I rolled that 5 and kept it all the way alive right there. Motormouth Mall stepping.
Motormouth Mall, I appreciate you rolling that 5. You tell old Red Devil's all out of fun. That's what it is. It's all out of fun. That's him shaking show. Hey, take care, Motormouth Mall, flipping that knuckle, 4300 way, got down.
You're welcome there, 4300. Check this out one time. Hey, Red Devil, listen up.
Motormouth Mall, I appreciate you rolling that 5. You tell old Red Devil's all out of fun. That's what it is. It's all out of fun. That's him shaking show. Hey, take care, Motormouth Mall, flipping that knuckle, 4300 way, got down.
There you go, 4300. I rolled your 5 and kept it all the way alive. Motormouth Mall stepping.
Quick.
Morning out there, Motormouth Mall, Deer Slayer.
Hello, Deer Slayer. Good to hear you up in there again. You got that mall down. What's going on over there on Lake Okeechobee to break?
No, not much, buddy. I just got back in here. I had to run up to Home Depot and get a couple little parts I was putting on that amp. I had to change the cord plug and the on and off power switch, just a couple little things. But just got back in here. How you doing out there today, Break?
Oh, real good. I've been out here pretty long. I've been out here for over an hour. I guess the first 54 minutes or so was nothing but ham bone up in here on my radio. We had a conversation for about 54 minutes, and then now I've been out here for about an hour and 2 minutes, and so I've just been yapping a little bit here and there and trying to drop a hammer in the world of sound, and then you come rolling up in there. Hey, what's going on? Deer Slayer, you say you went to Home Depot. You got some parts for the amplifier you're working on? And, yeah, my amplifier, most of the parts from it come from the plumbing department at Home Depot too, to break.
Roger. Yeah, I just wanted to change those couple of things. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to put any money in it. We got to test those tubes and see if they're good. But nonetheless, I only spent about $10, so it's no big deal. But anyway, you sounded good, man. I'm surprised I made it to you because, I'm a small fish in a big old pond down here on the bowl there, right?
Yeah, Chef. Well, now you're into the Golden Falcon for a whopping $40, so you're still doing okay. Hey, now you're into it for $40, so you're doing fine. Hey, Deer Slayer, Motormouth Mall, cruising.
All right, buddy. Yeah, I can still get that back probably on one tube if I had to sell the tubes out. No doubt. All right, buddy. I'll get out of the way. I got to get pretty barking. Hey, Motormouth Mall, catch you later on. Deer Slayer reading them out.
410, oh yeah, you could certainly get your money back, no pain, no strain. So all fun. All right there, Deer Slayer. grab me a little bit more coffee and get back on the side here and let the rest of the west side have the radios back, because I know there's a whole lot of them out there want to do some talking, and I got this all down. Take care. 73's Deer Slayer, Motormouth Mall, stepping by. Bye-bye-bye.
Not at all, buddy. We'll catch you later on. I'm back on the mail.
Click.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, good evening, man, before you go too far. Hello, Motormouth Mall, 179 down in this Bayou country, want to roll ahead, and I'm going to get on down just like this, I'm gone.
Working your 179. I sure appreciate the bump down in the world of sound. You got it going on, too. Check this out one time. Here it comes.
Mall, good evening, man, before you go too far. Hello, Motormouth Mall, 179 down in this Bayou country, want to roll ahead, and I'm going to get on down just like this, I'm gone.
There you go, 179 around the Bayou Country, Motormouth Mall, looking and stepping. I got down. Breaker.
Stick in there.
14. Bye.
But the blood. 197, look at old blood. Nothing but the blood. 197. Hey, Dynamite White 35 is gone. Nothing but the stick in there. Nothing but the blood, and the blood is gone. KID, you had to hold on for a minute.
Oh, geez, Dynamite White, I'm just sitting here reading mail on Motormouth Mall. Dynamite, I'm just sitting here reading mail on Motormouth Mall. Dynamite White, credit card, go.
Hey, credit card, take care of 73s. I'm going to get out of here. I've been out here for too long. Hey, credit card. Tell Dynamite White, good job and good day, and I hope you got the antenna up in the air. I got down. Breaker.
Mr. Motormouth Mall, Mr. West Coast Disc Jockey. Mr. Motormouth Mall, West Coast Disc Jockey, credit card, go.
West Coast Disc Jockey, huh? Hello, credit card. Take care of 73s. Have a good day. Hey, credit card. Radio station. Motormouth Mall, cruising. Hey, credit card. Hope you have a good day out there. Enjoy it to its fullest. Tell Dynamite White and all the rest that I said hello. I'm going to roll back on the side, read the mail for a Scotia bit, and say 73s. Hey, credit card, you got that mall down. Motormouth Mall, stepping, I got down, breaker.
Jam on, Mr. Motormouth Mall, jam on. West Coast Disc Jockey, credit card.
Bye. I'll see ya.
Dynamite White, you in there with him, and he in there with you. No Dynamite, both of y'all got me talking side by side. But he had a damn old job, Dynamite White, credit card, go.
I'm just glad to know I'm in there with some good company. Hey, credit card, I'm just glad to know I'm in there with some good company. Ain't no doubt about that. Motormouth Mall, stepping, I got down.
Mr. West Coast Disc Jockey, credit card, go.
410. Well, this is my stop, so I'm going to get off. Hey, credit card, this is my stop, so I'm going to get him off. I'm going to get off this bus and let him have the front seat. I'm going to let him have shotgun. Hey, I'm going to let him have shotgun to break. I'm getting off the bus.
When you get off the bus, you're going to drive a little bit then. If you get off the bus, if you step off the bus, you're going to let Dynamite White drive a little bit. Credit card, go.
410, I'll let him drive, too. I'll let him drive, and I'll let him have the bus as well. Hello, dear credit card. Take care of 73s. Motormouth Mall, stepping.
Yeah, he got some CDLs. I guarantee that will tell you. You can be safe to there. He back there. Now, you can't sit in that back seat all the way to the back, Motormouth Mall. I guarantee that will tell you. But he got some CDLs. He can be trusted to get up on the steering wheel, Motormouth Mall. Credit card, go.
410, oh yeah, I know he can be trusted behind the wheel. Ain't no doubt about that. I know he can be trusted behind the wheel, so I'm going to let him have it. Hey, credit card, I heard somebody say Motormouth Mall got a bunch of something in my receiver, but I tell you what,